Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Friday, June 16th, and this is the show where we take a look ahead to the upcoming series in baseball this upcoming weekend. Usually I do it with Drew Martin sitting next to me. He's on vacation, though, so I'm going to do it solo today, and when Drew comes back, we'll resume doing it together. This is also a show where I update my record. Let's throw my record up. I've had a rough couple weeks. I'm down a few units, made a couple of good picks, but a couple of ill-advised picks for sure, but I'm hoping to get positive as early as the end of next week, and I'm seeing some series this weekend that might have some value. Let's get into to what I've seen from the upcoming weekend series that I'm thinking about. First of all, the White Sox at Toronto. Right, Toronto obviously has been a team that started off the year terribly, but has picked it up of late offensively and in the bullpen. They overall on the year have a negative record, a negative ROI at home, but they were great at home in May. And the White Sox are no great shakes. Again, the Jays' pen is really improving, and I'm thinking that the White Sox here, that the Toronto here should have the edge, particularly on Saturday. Pelfrey against Stroman. Obviously, Pelfrey is a guy who's struggling. Stroman, very reliable. We'll see what that line is. It's probably going to be very high, maybe as high as 200 or so, but Toronto may have the edge there anyway. I like him on Friday with Quintana against Biagini as well. And then on Sunday, Shields against Happ. What will we get from Shields? I'm not exactly sure, but needless to say, suffice to say, I'm not sold on Shields until he proves he can get major league hitters out reliably. He did start off the year with 3 nice starts, but as far as his first start back and going forward in the short term, I'm not sold on him, and I'm willing to fade him. So I'm looking at Toronto to maybe have an edge against the White Sox this upcoming weekend. And then another series that has caught my eye is Arizona at Philadelphia. Arizona, of course, the best team in baseball in terms of ROI at home. On the road, they're slightly negative, and Philly has actually been almost even at home, but Arizona's been great in June. Philly's been bad in June. They did just lose 3 out of 4 to Boston, although they did get 1 win as a huge home underdog against Chris Sale. But I'm seeing Arizona as a team that's probably going to have an edge in this series. Less so on Friday. The pitching matchups for Saturday and Sunday are looking very promising for Arizona. First, Godley against Eichhoff. Godley has been looking very promising in his recent starts, and Eichhoff has been very vulnerable. And then on Sunday, there's Ray against Lively. Lively's a guy who pitches to contact and has been getting decent results, but it's not clear if that's likely to continue. And even if it does, Ricky Ray is looking like one of the top pitchers in baseball right now. So in general, I'm thinking that Arizona's going to have an edge there against Philly this upcoming weekend. So those are the two series that really jumped out at me as series where one team might have a big edge. Then there's some pitching matchups that are looking pretty enticing. First, to start off in the Cubs-Pitt series, Lackey against Jameson Taillon on Sunday. And Jameson Taillon in his first start back from the DL, I thought he was going to have a good start against Colorado. I mentioned that in the show with Teddy Covers that I did for the game on that day, and he did have a great start against Colorado, and I expect him to once again have a good start here against the Cubs. Lackey has been very vulnerable, and I see no reason why he shouldn't be vulnerable here. The Cubs are minus 29% ROI on the road, so in general, they're a team that has been terrible on the road this year. Pitt's basically even at home, and I like the pitching matchup, Lackey against Taillon. So I'm going to be thinking about taking Pittsburgh on Sunday, and then on also on Sunday in the Dodgers-Cincinnati game, it will be Bronson Arroyo day. Bronson Arroyo starting for Cincinnati, and Arroyo's a guy who I think they're going to keep throwing him out there. He's known as a clubhouse leader, so they kind of give him a break on his terrible results on the mound. But he's looking like a guy who's going to get hits start in and start out, and here at home against the Dodgers lineup could get pretty ugly. Kenta Maeda on the other side has been given 4 inning appearances, kind of mediocre, but it feels like a game where Maeda should be okay, and Arroyo is much more likely than not to get absolutely crushed. So I'm going to be looking at taking Cincinnati on the run line maybe on Sunday, and at the very least Cincinnati on the team total over. And then one other starting pitcher who might get crushed is Matt Cain. We saw Matt Moore have a terrible game at Coors yesterday on Thursday, and Matt Cain is starting on Saturday. He's been very vulnerable this year in general, particularly so on the road, and it's looking like he might also be due for a shelling at Coors on Saturday. And then there's only a couple of other series that are interesting because they might be a little bit trappy and you might want to be a little bit careful before taking the road favorites in these series. First one is the Yankees at Oakland. The Yankees struggled a little bit at the Angels in their last series, and Oakland can be an even tougher place for a team like the Yankees to go into. And Oakland, of course, as bad as they are on the road, they're actually plus 17% ROI at home, and that's against all comers, against bad teams, good teams. So Oakland can be a place where big offensive teams like the Yankees can go to, if not to die, to have a short period where their offense just stalls out, and that might happen on Saturday and Sunday and tonight. Even with Jarrell Cotton starting for Oakland on Sunday, obviously Jarrell Cotton has been very, very vulnerable this year. But even in that matchup, Cotton against Green, I believe it is, I'd be very careful about taking the Yankees as a road favorite. And I think that's about it. I think there was one other series that I wanted to highlight. Boston at Houston. Houston obviously has been a juggernaut this year, but it's all come on the road. They're plus 40% or something like that on the road in terms of ROI, but only slightly profitable overall at home. And Boston is improving a little bit now. Sandoval is back, and Mookie Betts. They've got some nice guys in the lineup. So even though I did take Houston on Friday night, on Saturday and Sunday, that's actually that's my low-hanging fruit of the pick of the day tonight for Friday. On Saturday and Sunday, I'll be very careful before I'm jumping on Houston once again. And that's about it. Those are all my thoughts for now for the upcoming weekend series in MLB. And of course, I give my official picks every morning in the morning show at 10:30 Eastern Time, which you can find at our YouTube channel here at SBR Videos. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.